Are the Atlanta Hawks selecting the next Rudy Gobert? And in this video, I'm going to break down this draft prospect and how he could take the Atlanta Hawks to new heights and somewhere that they haven't been in the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years. Now, for those wondering, they're like, okay, who is this player? Sign me up. I'm trying to go somewhere we haven't been. I'm referring to 7-foot big men out of Duke, Khaman Maluach. Sorry, say that name 20 times fast. Now, for those wondering or who haven't seen, Khaman was a very important piece on the Duke Blue Devils basically run this year. He was their starting big man and made some great plays, not only on the defensive end, but on the offensive end. Khaman has a very soft touch, and he has some skill for him to be that 7-foot big man. Now, I'm going to read you some of his measurables, official measurables per the Combine, and I'm going to show you this tweet that says this. Khaman was 7 foot 3/4 barefoot. He was 252 pounds with a 7'6" wingspan and a 9'6" standing reach. So his wingspan and standing reach aren't that big, but he's 7 feet. So you cannot hate on that at all. Now, I compared him to Rudy Gobert, and a lot of people are saying that because of their basically athletic measurables. Both didn't have great athletic measurables coming out. Khaman only had a 30-inch standing vertical, which is good, but it's not that crazy athletic like Jackson Hayes type. And so because of that, there were some questions on can he basically be that next athletic role big man in the league? And I think so. Like I mentioned, he is a Rudy Gobert type, just solid, stout on the back end, big. But I would say Khaman has a skill set of shooting the three that Rudy Gobert hasn't developed. And for those smaller guards who wants to do a pick and pop or pick and roll, I think Khaman could be a viable asset going forward. Can you imagine Trae Young and Khaman doing pick and roll and he pops or rolls to the rim? I think that is a very, 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 very good combination going forward. Now, there's a couple things talking about Khaman. Like I mentioned, he's very, very, very skilled. But I'll read you some other things that scouts and basically draft specialists are talking about Khaman. Truly believe Khaman has the ability to dominate the paint on both ends of the floor. Unreal physical tools with a nice blend of mobility and hip movements. An obvious lob threat at all times, but also has the touch inside and the paint on hooks or push shots. Defensively, he has the physical tools, lateral movements, and potential to be a defensive anchor for an NBA team one day. So much to love out of one of the youngest player eligible for the 2025 NBA draft, who also recently started playing basketball about 5 years ago. So he's young, he's athletic, he's huge, he's big. What is there not to like about Khaman? I would say some of this too. That's what I kind of saw off there. Laterally, he's pretty good, but he's not the most athletic. That can be seen in basically his measurables. He's not going to be your Mark Williams or your Mitchell Robinson's from an athletic perspective. He's more on the athletic ability of Rudy Gobert, which is also great because he was a defensive player of the year multiple times. But also, Khaman can be seen to get lost for a guy to be that big. Some of his aggressiveness is not shown at all times. And I think that's just a result of him playing basketball only 5 years ago. For someone who doesn't know the game that much, it's hard for them to realize, okay, I need to be aggressive at this point. I need to do this at this point. And because of that, then he kind of basically falls on the lee side or the leeway because he's not as aggressive or not as dominant as you want a 7-foot guy with skill to be. And that was my only kind of weaknesses of Khaman's game. Now, other than that, how would the fit work with the Atlanta Hawks? Now, I will say this. Trae Young and Khaman will be a phenomenal duo, a deadly duo, because Khaman has the ability to step out and hit the three, but also has the ability to be an obvious lob threat. Now, I would say he's probably athletic as Clint Capella is in his last couple years. He's not as athletic as Clint Capella at the Houston Rockets. So from athletic ability, he can be a lob threat, not as athletic as Clint Capella was when they first got there with the Atlanta Hawks. I also will say this. This kind of makes the Atlanta Hawks choose the direction they want to go in. Many people are saying Onyeka Okongwu is the starting center, and I think that is true as of right now. But if you think about bringing in Khaman in on the roster, then you have to make a decision with either Khaman or Clint Capella. I hate to say that, but Khaman is the type of guy that you probably have to trade up to get. He is right now consensus standing about either the 7th or the 8th pick right now. And if the Atlanta Hawks really like him and his ability, then they'll have to use both of those picks to trade up and go get him. And I don't think the Atlanta Hawks would sit a guy behind another starter, especially when they traded up to get him, giving up 2 first-round picks. So I think a couple things need to happen. Either Onyeka Okongwu gets traded, or basically someone else, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka, or that variation gets traded for a superstar, and then Khaman can play the 5, the starting 5. So all this to say, Khaman is a great player, great center player. I think he will be I think he'll be before top 10 pick. And the Atlanta Hawks could use his size, length, and skill set to help them out going forward. But there needs to be a lot of other decisions that need to be made, especially with what they're going to do right now currently. Do we allow Khaman to come off the bench for this first 2 years? And then from there, are we going to make a move with Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, or whoever? But if you agree or disagree, if you like Khaman and his skill sets, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about him. And if there's someone else you would like to see the Atlanta Hawks pick up, leave a comment down below. Let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And like always, peace.